Yeah, let's get
All
right
right,
into it.
women and men, but especially those women out there. We are sons of liberty. I'm KYKA. I'm a dirty D2 casual.
Oh, no bitches. Zero. None.
And that's my co-host, No Bitches. What's the other co-host?
Uh, I'm Sunny. I get all the bitches. I'm the host with the
Cap.
most.
Cap.
If all the bitches times 0 equals his bitches count. Yes.
Well, it's more than you.
And I'm kicking Akko. Also no bitches, but hey, Sigma male grind set. Something, something, something.
Trump has the Sigma male grind set.
Trump is a yogurt male. The rarest type of male.
He is the Sigma male.
The rarest type of male is the normal person.
No, the worst type of male is Hunter Biden. All right, boys.
All right,
This is our first
flawless segue.
Whoa.
amazing segue. So, y'all.
So, no, okay, I just want to preface this whole thing by saying, I'm so sorry to everyone that watches us, but Biden didn't fuck up miraculously this week.
This past couple weeks.
So there's no weekly Joe Biden slam. I'm sorry.
Bi-weekly.
He kind of did, but that kind of ties into
Biden, Harris.
Okay, how about this?
I'm
He
so
didn't
sorry.
fuck up so much to get his own segment.
Yeah.
Just like we will do better, and in turn we hope you all do so much worse. But you're Biden Harris, so you're basically destined to. All right, but we can make up for it. Instead of targeting President Biden, what about his son? That's a segue. Let's go.
Okay, so let's just let's explain to everyone what happened. Like, I don't know, a year ago or so, right before the election. Actually, more than a year ago, right before the election. So Hunter Biden, when he was high on crack, smoking everything you can imagine, assholes, from prostitutes and even that cocaine, he left a laptop, okay, in a Delaware repair shop because he, I assume, broke it. And that laptop contains some very sensitive material. The owner of the Delaware laptop, or the owner of the Delaware shop, took the laptop, gave it to the FBI. FBI started investigating what's in the laptop. And the New York Post, which is a publication, and they have a Twitter account, they reported on what they found. They found various receipts linking Hunter Biden to using his dad's name as leverage to acquire him some deals in Ukraine and Russia. The Post reported about it, but on Twitter, and the story got censored on Twitter. Like, literally, on Twitter and Facebook, you could not post the link of the story. It would literally just not allow you to. It would, like, give you a little message saying, don't post this. You can't post this. And this was pretty obvious from the get-go. It was not Russian disinformation. This was pretty legit. I mean, I don't know how you fuck up this bad by leaving your laptop in a Delaware repair shop and not picking it up.
Yeah, with all of these secrets on it. At the very least, like, factory reset it. Like, do something.
Also, let's talk about what's in it. Not only were there interesting photos about Hunter Biden with prostitutes and crack and heroin and whatnot else.
No one is surprised.
There were also a lot of emails, and these emails were along the lines of
the return of the emails. Oh god.
Hillary Clinton to Hunter Biden. But
history repeats itself and it's beautiful.
But in these emails, Hunter Biden referred to the quote big guy. Now let's think about this. Who is the big? Oh, it's Joe Biden because he's the vice president and he's Hunter Biden's dad. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Wait, what?
The big guy, Hunter Biden.
The vice president?
Yeah. Because
hello?
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 The vice president is Kamala Harris. What are you talking about?
This was during Obama.
Oh, I'm stupid. Never mind.
Yeah. That's actually good. A lot of people
Yeah.
don't know that. But anyways, Hunter Biden was referring to the big guy getting a cut of his deals, which obviously is a conflict of interest considering his daddy was the vice president.
Okay.
And the media was like, nah, this is Russian disinformation. There's no way this is legit. Hunter Biden can never be this stupid. In fact, we're betting against this so hard, this will never materialize, poggers. And this thing was censored all over social media, and all the media outlets were reporting, saying, well, this is stupid. And everyone knew that this was legit. And a year and a half later, around this time, the New York Times, which is not a very right-leaning source, it's very left-leaning, actually.
I think our viewers know what the New York Times is all about. Come on now.
Right. And
it's in the name, New York.
And I will be fair here. The New York Times does have some good reporters, let's be fair.
I mean, so does CNN. What's your point?
Right. But they reported on this. They basically confirmed the existence of the laptop and the existence of the emails where Hunter Biden refers to the big guy getting a cut of his dealings. And none of the media outlets are reporting on this story, plus the New York Times story is not being censored on Facebook or Twitter. So let's think about this for a second. 1 year ago, during the 2020 presidential election, the story, which would have been bad PR for Biden, was censored, and it was classified as Russian disinformation. Now, the story is being seriously considered, and no one's calling it Russian disinformation. It got, Trump even called this, by the way.
Oh, by the way, I just want to mention,
yeah.
My fellow co-host podcaster here is a little funny with the dates. It's not a year ago. The presidential debates and the election was actually a little bit under a year and a half ago. Time is a-changing, and it is really, really weird. We live in 2022. Is anyone else, barely holding on? I'm sorry. Let's continue.
A lot of us. But Trump called it. I'll play the clip now.
And you think it's the biggest issue to campaign on?
I think it's one of the biggest scandals I've ever seen, and you don't cover it. You want to talk about...
Well, because it can't be verified.
You want to talk about insignificant things.
I'm telling you.
Of course it can be verified. Excuse me, they found the laptop. Leslie.
It can't be verified.
What can't be verified?
The laptop.
Why do you say that?
Because
even the family hasn't... The family on the laptop, he's gone into hiding. For 5 days, he's gone into hiding.
He's preparing for your debate.
Oh, it's taken him 5 days to prepare? I doubt it. Okay.
All right.
Again, I'm not necessarily a Trump supporter, but damn, he has his moments.
Dude, it's crazy. He was like, the reporter was like, it can't be verified. It never can be verified.
It's like,
and Trump's like, yeah, it can. And then the New York Times verified it. So,
And of course, he's like, do you really think Hunter Biden is taking 5 days to debate me? I doubt it.
Yeah.
Come on now.
It's just great. Man. Also, I'm going to play a little montage of the media calling it disinformation. I'm highlighting it here.
Which, of course, is first on the script, but second in order. Whatever.
Yeah, I know. It's...
Alright. Flashback. Media pundits lied to you, falsely claiming that the Hunter Biden laptop story was Russian disinformation. Oh, and can I just say before I start this clip, it's really interesting how they've actually had to completely redefine misinformation because, right, they threw around the word so much that it's basically lost all meaning, like they have with so many other words, that they had to make a new word, right, that was specifically disparaging, that couldn't be used against them, for their own hypocrisies. So
if you really think about it, misinformation's not as bad as disinformation.
Right.
Because disinformation implies it's coming from some other source intending to not mystify, but make I don't know. You understand what I'm saying?
No,
right?
I do. Misinformation is a mistake. right?
Exactly.
It's a lack of good information, whereas disinformation is a clouding noise that confuses and obfuscates. It's very clear. Like, I did not hear, and maybe this is situational, fair enough, but for the longest time, I have always heard, leftist media pundits use misinformation, alt-right misinformation, right? Misinformation exclusively. And I've only heard disinformation in, like, the past year. Maybe it's because they're getting on their game and they're using more accurate terminology. But I didn't really hear the words disinformation all that often, if at all, until, at the very least, the COVID pandemic. It's almost as if they engineered the word, because misinformation was losing its edge, and they wanted to sharpen their knives, so to speak. Anyways.
No, it's two completely different terms, and it's very intentional.
No, but I'm serious. I do believe, and I do admit there is a high chance I'm wrong about this, but from what I've observed, it really just does seem like disinformation is a fabricated term. That I mean, it's not like the word has never been used before, but it's definitely fallen into favor when misinformation became less of, the striking finisher that it used to be. I guess.
It's like racist, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people are called racist nowadays. Well, what's worse than racist? Pretty much nothing. But because the word has lost so much meaning, I mean, you could guess what people are gonna say next.
Well, yeah, they're finding, new words. First it was racist, then it was, white supremacist, then it was alt-right, because alt-right and center-right and racist are all synonymous to these people. And, I mean, what's the word now, right? Because there's got to be a new one. Come on. There's always a new one.
If I had to guess what this eventually turns into, I think it just turns into rapist. Because, you're raping them with your words, I guess. I don't know.
Thought rape.
That's what I assume it turns into. I don't know.
Biden's secret emails.
A really fishy story.
The Post claimed that the emails were found on a laptop computer that was brought to a repair shop in Delaware in the spring of 2019.
The FBI is now investigating whether those alleged Hunter Biden emails are actually connected to a larger foreign intelligence operation.
They may be related to a foreign intelligence operation.
Foreign intelligence operation.
Foreign intelligence.
Foreign intelligence.
Foreign intelligence operation.
For all we know, these emails are made up.
The information found on the laptop may be part of a Russian disinformation campaign.
Part of a Russian disinformation effort.
Described by many intelligence experts as having hallmarks.
All the hallmarks
of a Russian
disinformation.
Russian disinformation.
Disinformation campaign.
This is a classic example of the right-wing media machine.
Oh, you don't say. You don't say. Feds examining whether alleged Hunter Biden emails are linked to a foreign intel operation from 2019 MSNBC. Great job, man. Really, outstanding stuff. Remember when the exact same thing happened to the Wuhan lab leak theory?
Yup.
When it was completely discredited as conspiracy theory, and then the mainstream media was literally suggesting in their report that it was a very plausible explanation for the outbreak. Damn. That really sucks, don't it?
They may be related to a foreign...
I really wish, and I dislike that our media is in the current state it is right now, but I really wish it was easier to get the word out to people that the media is lying to us.
Hey, I mean, that's what we're doing, right?
Yeah, I know.
Not many people are, watching us, but, that's what we're trying to do.
Yep.
That's our life's purpose.
It's really important right now.
I live to serve the truth. I am the son of liberty, and I exist to own the libs. Russian, and they all say...
I was just a repeat of fucking Russian.
And then they all say in unison, disinformation.
I don't know. They're trying to make this narrative that Trump is, you know, like in cahoots with Russia.
Okay, you know what? Everybody be saying that this whole laptop thing is Russian disinformation, that that's a conspiracy theory. Well, let me give you an actual conspiracy theory that probably doesn't have that much weight, but I'm gonna say it anyway, alright? Call me a disinformation alt-right spreader all you want. This is the one script theory. Basically, this states that all Western news channels, and it's unique to a country, but other countries will copy off of the other's homework, that every news station in a country specifically will share scripts for their news publications for important topics or for propaganda or for, you know, anything that has to do with like big political issues. They will all share the same script, and their biggest priority is to use the same wording as each other so that the message is completely clear and unchanging based on different sources. I'm sure you guys have seen the video of like the 50 different news anchors all saying in unison perfectly, like robots, quote unquote, danger to our democracy, in the exact same context, in the exact same story. I don't think it's actually true, but there is something there, and I do hope that investigation is launched eventually, if more people bring it up, that these news sites are fucking sharing scripts. Because I swear it sounds like they're just saying the exact same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, that video kind of blows out the water that CNN is objective and MSNBC is the crazy one. No, they're all crazy.
I'm telling you, they all have the same script. You know what? I'm crazy. I'll just say it. I'm crazy, alright? Fair enough. Fine. But don't lie and say that a part of what I'm saying doesn't make a little bit of sense. Come on.
Yep. Alright, I think that's all for that topic.
Yeah,
right?
and enough schizo theories for now. Let's talk about our next topic. KYKA, you know what to do.
Okay, this is probably the most important topic on this podcast, no joke. Or one of the most important. Yeah, definitely. And I'll explain to you why. So, Caitlyn Jenner, she is part of the Kardashian/Jenner family. I think everyone knows her. She ran for governor of California not too long ago. And she tweeted out, I'm going to read this, quote, or she retweeted, or a quote retweeted something, and it said, Caitlyn Jenner launches yet another disrespectful or disgraceful attack on trans athletes without a hint of irony. And Caitlyn Jenner quote retweeted this and said, no, I just had the balls to stand up for women and girls in sports. Now what is she referring to here? Well, what she's referring to is a competition between women for swimming. And there's this woman, her name's, or not this woman, I'll refer to her as a man so everyone is aware, because it's hard to discern who's a woman and a man on podcast, right? So there's this man who transitioned to a woman. His name is Leah Thomas. Okay.
Use she, her pronouns. Trans women are real women.
Yep. So she won first place at this swimming competition. And she's a man. Like a legit man, right? She has some estrogen treatment or whatever, but she's a man. And in second, third, and fourth place, they were all lined up. Right behind the man. Okay? And I think Sunny put this in her script, but apparently she was booed after winning first place, and the woman in second place was cheered. She was greeted with cheer. Which is a good thing, by the way. I think it's kind of ironic at this point in the stage of, what is this now, third, fourth wave feminism at this point, right?
I'm pretty sure we've been on so many waves, it's just a fucking tsunami at this point.
Right, I mean, it's quite ironic that feminism now suggests men can be just as good, if not better, than women, which kind of, goes against the initial practice, which was men and women are equal, but you know what? It is what it is.
Okay, it's funny because it started as, first-rate feminism as men and women deserve equal opportunities, right? In the case of women's right to vote and that kind of thing. Second wave feminism was still in that pursuit, but it was a little more extreme, and it focused on
discrimination.
Yes, discrimination and more specific circumstances of unequal opportunities, and it started to go into equal outcomes. Third wave feminism,
abortion, contraception rights, that type of thing. That's kind of like part of the abortion rights movement, but also kind of second wave. It's kind of, it's mushy.
But, second wave feminism was also, involved in, like, it's very closely related with modern day TERF ideologies. The women superiority kind of deal. That's what it ended up spiraling into, essentially. But for the rest of the feminists, they continued on into third wave feminism, which introduced in 2016 the concept of intersectionality.
And me too.
I want to cut off my tongue.
I mean, heck, just like he's trans people, maybe you want to cut something else off.
Hey.
Hey, I mean, maybe you could win in a competition of women.
Maybe I can win a competition for once.
This isn't even like a regular contest, right? This is the NCAA swimming national championship.
Oh my god!
Like this is a big deal when it comes to US.
I just got a really good idea. All right, I will be trans fat.
No, what?
The
No.
heaviest trans woman on the planet.
Okay, so so here's how this is gonna work, right? I'm gonna have like a metal exosuit that runs for me because I identify as being fit and healthy, and I'm gonna win all the competitions. GG easy.
Oh my god, Chao, you're gonna go in the fastest sports car known to man in a running race, and you're gonna get first place because you identify as a sports car.
This reminds me of the Babylon Bee skit where it was like, motorcyclist identifies as bicyclist.
This is quite literally that one skit from South Park of like woman boxing, of that man who like turned transgender a week before the competition and beat the shit out of like all the women.
And by the way, like, I'm pretty sure Leah Thomas, before she became Leah Thomas, was a mixed martial artist. So this is quite weird, but you know what? Slay Queen. You know what? It's not every day that you could say I beat woman.
And get away with it anyway.
Yep.
I mean, praise for it too.
Okay.
You're being praised for beating women.
But truthfully, this tweet, this tweet is just like the absolute irony of modern day feminism, because it's not even called feminism anymore. It's mutated into so many different forms that really it's just the all-consuming eye of progressivism and social justice. And we have now gotten to the point where women and men had to be equal in everything, then women had to be better, and now somehow the pendulum has swung to the other side, and we got a tweet like this.
I mean, if you think about it,
Quote,
Caitlyn Jenner.
I love that men have infiltrated women's sports. What a perfect opportunity to finally show them that they are, in fact, not physically equal. And I'm not even... this is exactly as it was stated in the tweet. Quote unquote, dunk on these hoes. Man, and this person isn't even canceled. Man, what timeline do we live in? I want to go back. I want to go back to 2015.
I think it's more ironic that Caitlyn Jenner, probably the most recognizable face in trans activism, tweeted out, her support for these women that actually are women and who won in the swimming competition. So, there's always that, but, people always say, oh, she's the bad trans activist. She's the one who doesn't have the I don't know, lived experience or some shit. I don't know.
And of course, the hypocrisy of the whole thing with the lived experience is, when it's convenient, it's lived experience. But when it's inconvenient, it's just anecdotal evidence.
Yep. So, that's that topic.
Yeah.
Before we go end this topic, you know, I just realized.
Huh.
This article whatever got ratioed by Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah, she got like 180,000 likes.
Ratio, haha, ratio.
All plus ratio.
And the article got like less than 1,000.
Get it? It's funny because they got more imaginary internet points.
It's literally 180 to 1.
And it's apparently the world's most read and watched LGBT plus digital media publisher. There must be not much LGBT plus
Literally
people.
got ratioed by Caitlyn Jenner. Oh, yikes, dude. And she won that governor race pretty bad. Or she lost it by pretty bad. So.
I'm about to say she won?
No, she definitely lost. But by a pretty bad margin. Like, that was yikes. And they got ratioed by her. So it's like, I don't know if that's worse than being defeated by Donald Trump in a presidential election, but you know what? I'm not Hillary Clinton, so wouldn't know.
Alright, let's not talk about the most, fucked election, which was against Joe Biden and Trump. But we're not gonna get into that. Alright, next topic. KYKA, take it away.
Alright, this one's important, although I think most people are aware of this. So, within the week, so, during, I think it was the 17th or 18th, the Fed increased the interest rates that they're handing out to banks by 0.25%. Now, this is something I've been calling on for, over a year and a half now. It was pretty obvious in July, although I knew this before, in July, that inflation was not going to be temporary. It was going to be a thing in our lives for a very long time to come.
Yeah.
So the most efficient and obvious way to decrease inflation, especially with our government spending, is to increase the rate at which the Fed hands out money to the banks, right? Because less people will be able to, will be taking out loans, and that will decrease the circulation in the economy. And 0.25%, although it is a raise, it's not nearly enough. I mean, if you look at it right now, if you go buy a house in California, which you're pretty much getting for interest rates, and it's very high right now, is about 4.5 to 5% depending on your credit and how much you're putting down and whatnot. So 0.25% increase won't do anything to the housing market, at least not for now. And I understand the Fed will increase the interest rates 6 times within the year, but I think it might be a little too late at this point. It's not. People are, they already are getting houses. Houses are getting on the market, being bought at record rates, although, less than before now. People are purchasing a lot of items. They have more money in their bank account. They're spending it. And so I think it's a little too late, and we're probably going to see stagflation. Stagflation is the idea that we still have a lot of inflation, but not a lot of growth in the economy. And that obviously occurs when a lot of people have money in their bank accounts, but they're not really spending it. And because they have a lot of money, they perceive money to be less valuable. And so that's what looks like it's almost going to happen. I mean, some could argue it's happening now, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm there yet. I think give it 6 months and we might be there. That's how I view it. Yeah, that's it, guys.
That's it? Nice.
Yeah. I mean, if the Fed is, for whatever reason, listening to the podcast, bro.
Which they're not. Come on.
They're not. But 0.25%, not only is it really late, but also it's not enough. Not nearly enough. I mean, geez. But,
All right, if Joe, and now for the next person who's listening, if Joe Biden listening to the podcast, guys, All right, I need you to
Joe
do me a
Biden-
solid. Okay, I need
Joe
you to
Biden.
lower those gas prices for me real quick. Okay,
That's never
please.
gonna happen.
Like, bro, you're the one who fucked up that closed all the pipelines in the U.S. and now you're just sourcing, like, not sourcing, funding the Russian-Ukraine war. You little shit. Okay, I need you to start working on lowering those gas prices for us. All right. All right, so.
By the way, Joe Biden's solution to the gas prices is buying fuel, gas, from Venezuela and Iran. Like, bruh. Probably the worst people you could buy fuel from, literally.
I mean, right now it would be Russia. Oh wait, we're also doing that.
Dude,
oh shoot.
You can make an argument that buying fuel from Nicolas Maduro, the president of Venezuela, is much worse than buying fuel from Vladimir Putin, just because of what he's done to his people. It's an easy argument, although I probably wouldn't argue that, just because, you know, they're both pretty bad.
Yeah.
But, you know, really bad people all around. Plus Iran, like, those are the people that are making nukes that we don't want them to make nukes. So if we just fund, you know, the exportation of their fuel to us, we're kind of funding their nuclear development, you know. So like, what are we doing here? Like, fuck. And by the way, I think Jen Psaki mentioned this a long time ago, like a month ago, that there's 9,000 permits circulating for these companies to go in and dig in the United States to get fuel. But I think it was like 1 in 11 of these dig sites actually contain gas to extract, and getting the actual, not just the permits to look at the land, but the permit to actually dig in the land is much more difficult. So what Psaki was referring to there was just the ability of these gas companies just to look and see if there's any gas. She's not also mentioning that there is a 1 in 11 disparity in whether there'd be gas or not. Plus, they also have to receive a permit to actually drill there. Plus, they have to make sure they're not violating any environmental regulations. Plus, they have to build up all these facilities. So it's not as easy as she makes it sound.
All right, so.
Yeah.
Next topic.
Ow.
Yeah.
My brain is kind of fried. Can you give the economics and inflation guide for dummies?
Yo,
Okay.
Yeah, that's me next episode.
You know what? I'll just do it right now. It's really easy. Basically, too much money in the economy is bad because people devalue the currency.
No, I know how inflation works. I'm not that much of an adult. What's going on right now?
Okay.
Simply,
there's way too much money in the economy.
Yes.
The Federal Reserve.
Yes.
Which prints money. Right?
Yes.
And they print it at a basically infinite rate.
Money printer go burr.
Right. They give it out to all these banks.
Mm-hmm.
These banks are giving out the money that the Fed gave them as loans at a very the interest rate's not very high, although it's rising, of course, now because of inflation. They're basically the banks are doing the Fed's job at this point.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
But 2 months ago, or not 2 months ago, but a while ago, it was pretty cheap. Like, I think interest rates were you could refinance your home at like 2.5% to 3%, which is significantly lower now.
Isn't inflation like 6% now?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure at like literally 2 weeks ago, the inflation rate was 15% since the year began. So it might have gone down to. Yeah, but that was because it was like when Russia, you know, started a war and whatever. So obviously that affects it a little bit.
Well, yeah, but.
Oh.
I was gonna say maybe it was 10, but 15. God damn.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's even worse for certain markets like used cars or houses.
Or graphics cards.
The gamer.
Graphics cards market be fucked right now, bro.
Right, and so to get back to it, the banks, right, they were giving out, you know, these loans at low interest rates to people, which was exacerbating the inflation, you know, problem in the United States because more people had access to more money and they probably shouldn't have. And now the rates are obviously coming up. But what I'm arguing is 0.25% is not enough.
You asked for this.
Yeah, I know.
We could just went by and talked about the next topic, or more about Russia. But no.
Okay. So basically, what I'm getting at is the government's fucking up.
Exactly.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't even know why I asked for clarification. I already knew the answer.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, I'm pretty sure he explained it well beforehand.
No, like, okay, no, you misunderstand. It's not that I didn't understand because was like bad at explaining. I didn't understand. I didn't understand because I wasn't listening. I literally just tuned out.
You know what? You know what?
Fair
Very
enough.
good point. You know who also doesn't listen? America.
Oh my god, flawless segue.
So, guess what? Russia, before we go on to the next topic, I have one last remark that I forgot to put in the script. Yeah. Russia threatened America for the sanctions that America put on Russia, that they're going to kick out one of the astronauts in the national station.
One of the what?
Space station. One of the American astronauts are up in the.
They're gonna kick them out. What are they gonna do? Throw them into space?
Yeah, quite literally. Yeah.
Huh?
I mean, this is the thing with that, right? Let's talk about this. This is important. So the space station, the National Space Station, is the world's. It's the most expensive thing on the planet. Or I guess
it's not. It's in space.
I mean, technically, it is still on the planet because it is in.
It's orbiting. It's not really.
Okay. So
it's not on the planet itself. It's in its.
Space lesson with King Chao. Cool fun fact about the Earth. It's that there's this funny cool line, and it's called the Kármán line, and anything above that is space, or what we perceive to be space, and anything below that line is Earth, or what we perceive to be Earth. That line is, if I am not mistaken, 30,000 meters up. The ISS, if I am also not mistaken, and I'm going to Google myself just to make sure that I'm not totally stupid. The ISS orbits 227 nautical miles up. So, that's below the Kármán line, which means, technically, if you want to be AIDS about it, it's on Earth.
Great. So let me just clarify. It's the most expensive thing humans have ever made.
And it's on Earth. It is on Earth. It is the most expensive thing on Earth. Factual.
Okay. And so, who's to say that Russia theoretically cannot just throw an astronaut in the void of space, right? But who's to say that there is someone who's willing to do that there?
Oh, no!
I've not seen one Russian astronaut willing to do that.
I fucked up. Never mind.
Yeah, like, by the way, it's orbiting way fucking...
No, okay, so I kind of fucked up. Okay. Yeah. I spread disinformation, fake news. The Kármán line is 62 miles above sea level, not 300.
Well, it's 330 feet. 1,000 feet.
It's feet. God damn it.
Yeah, that's where you got confused.
Yeah. Okay. So it's 62 miles. So technically, the ISS is not on Earth.
It's way fucking far away from Earth by the standards.
Yeah. So essentially, what I'm getting at here is that was correct. Fuck. Sunny was correct, and KYKA.
Was wrong.
Yeah,
I'm always right.
You're a bozo.
I always corrected myself, so.
Yawn.
But
you.
All right.
Let's get back to it because this is actually really funny, right? Putin was like, "We're gonna kick an American off the space station, right?" But who's to say there are fucking people willing to do it? All right, there are pictures of fucking Russian astronauts in the Ukrainian colors. So,
yeah.
Or the Putin loses.
But what if, like, you don't know that. I mean, it's just false propaganda,
False propaganda.
Yeah, you never know. What if there's one American astronaut already in, like, space outside the...
on their suit. Yeah. You're right. Man, that must be propaganda, actually. Fuck.
Okay.
Like COD zombies all over again.
So, here's what I'm thinking, alright? If they're really gonna kick the American astronaut off of the ISS, I mean...
Is it called that?
Yeah, ISS, International Space Station. Bro, I'm the space guy.
Yeah.
I know all the space. Factual. I didn't know about the Kármán line, but other than that, I know everything.
I mean, he didn't know his conversions.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was in feet, it would be 1.34, believe power to the 6 times 10. Or no, times 10 to the power of 6.
Wow, I'm so sleepy. Hold on.
Wait, no. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, go on.
Z. Wait, what?
Go on.
I feel like Joe Biden because I don't know where I am.
Alright, cool. Since you don't know where I am, you know who does know where they're at?
Where?
KYKA with this next segment.
Alright, perfect segue. I'm losing it. Alright.
Alright, this one, okay, this is actually going to be kind of like a funny topic, so everyone has
Oh my god, funny topic.
I want to talk about it though.
Everyone's going to talk about this, okay?
But this isn't the half that I need to talk on.
Like, I already know what Chao's going to say.
There we go. Just gonna mute him. No more contributing to the podcast, buddy. Sorry. Sorry.
Oh no.
It's systemic racism because I'm black.
Yes, actually.
You know, they actually had me on this podcast only because I'm black. So they get that racial diversity.
Buddy,
for context, I'm not black.
I don't think you know how racism works.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no. I don't think it's gonna make the cut. It's gone too far.
Let's talk about this next topic.
This next topic before I pull a gamer word.
So Candace Owens.
Oh god.
A conservative commentator on the right.
Oh, based.
She tweeted out, "One thing I would like to understand is why Dasani water tastes so disgusting. How is it possible to make water taste this bad?"
Slay queen, Dasani water is cringe.
You know who also slays queens and nuts on their cats? Shane Dawson.
What the fuck?
And he actually
Dude, what?
Bro, we're talking about Dasani water, and then
exactly.
Sunny
he made a documentary on Dasani water.
Bro, and then
back in
Sunny
20...
comes in, he's like, you know who else nuts on their cat? It's like, bro, what the fuck? You need to be put in a mental institution.
Bro, okay.
Talk.
So let's take
there is something wrong with you, man.
Let's get everyone's opinion, boys.
Alright.
I think Dasani water's garbage. What about you, Chao?
Okay, here's what I'll say, alright? Dasani is mid. It's not bad, but it's not good. It's mid.
What's bottom of the barrel?
Bottom of the barrel?
Come on, you gotta know. You gotta know.
I might get some enemies for this. There are some people who are wrong, who like this type of water, and I'm sorry, you just don't have taste buds, because every time you would take a swig of this water, you would immediately want to expel it for how horrible it tastes. Water should not really taste like anything. Ideally, it should just taste refreshing, right? But somehow they fucked it up, and I forgot the name because I am slowly dying of Biden
Describe
syndrome.
the bottle.
It's okay.
Is it Costco water?
I got it. I got the name.
Arrowhead?
Name. Yes. Fucking
yeah, everyone hates Arrowhead. It's not controversial.
No,
it's not controversial. Everyone hates it.
There are people. No, it's not. No, it is not. No, it is not. No, it is not. Dasani is second best. I apologize. It is
second
best.
Second best.
Bro, and are you using the safe smoking?
Wait. I'm curious who's first. Who's the best? Who's the best for you? Who's the best?
Fucking safe smoking kids.
What's the best water for you?
Bro, Aquafina. Aquafina.
What?
No.
What? You are on something else.
Aquafina is Dasani, but like a little bit better.
Nah, dude. Aquafina is the best. No cap.
Oh no.
Aquafina gives you the most microplastics for your buck, and that's what I look for in a water.
Alright, let me tell you what the best water is. It's Costco water.
What
Costco water? What's the brand?
Kirkland.
Water.
Fuck you, bro. Nah, fuck you. I am not interested in some warm ass bottle that barely.
Why is it warm for you? Why is it warm for you?
Every time I've ever had a Kirkland bottle, it's either been freezing cold or like so warm it doesn't even taste like water.
Where are
it
you
just tastes like
keeping your
heat
bottles?
disease.
Are you keeping your
Or not
bottles up
heat-
your ass or something?
What?
You heard me. Are you keeping your bottles up your ass? Why is it so warm
how
or
do you
hot?
figure it out?
Colder? Wait, what?
That's where he keeps his crack.
Well, I guess he has, some.
That's where I keep my safe smoking kits, TM.
Well, I guess that's what you and Hunter Biden have alike.
Let's go. Wait a minute.
Besides the stage 69 dementia kicking in.
Well, that's what I got common with his dad. Okay, no, but seriously. All right. Tier list. You know what? Sons of Liberty tier list. All right.
Nah.
Water tier list. We're doing
Alright,
this.
you gonna find one on Reddit? Are you gonna find one on Reddit of fucking water tier list?
No. Okay, this is serious. All right. Okay. First up, Arrowhead.
Literally F tier.
Literally
yes.
the worst.
Yes. Finally, we agree.
The one thing
on
we can
something.
agree on.
Okay. Now. Dasani.
F tier.
Wait, is there like a tier list that we're seeing?
Yes. You know what?
Where?
I don't know if I can show it on the podcast.
Yeah, he's gonna fuck up the.
Actually, you know what? I'll try. Right?
Yo, how about this? We
No, I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Thing.
Nope.
Why don't we just why don't you record the tier list, and then you're placing them?
No, just look, alright? Look, it's right here, alright? The tier list is
right here. You're not sending anything.
Fine, I'll share my screen.
You can just put it in the chat.
There. Everybody cool?
So.
Alright. So Arrowhead, literally worst. Alright.
You're missing some water.
Fine, I'll search up a new one.
Where's Boss?
Wait, what? There.
Okay. Boss is overpriced IMO.
Create a bottled water tier list. There. Right there.
Where's... Alright, alright.
Where's the Costco water?
It's there. It's right there. It's the first one. It's the first one.
This is this Costco water?
That's the first one. Yeah, it is Costco.
Can you zoom into it, Chao? I can't see.
That's Costco, mate.
Yeah, this is Kirkland.
Okay, good.
Bro,
I'm blind as my
I swear to God, Kirkland is literally as bad as.
Wait, is there what's Fiji water? Is there Fiji water in this?
How the fuck do I add?
Oh yeah, there's Fiji water. No, there's Fiji water right there.
Add F tier. There's no E tier. It's F tier. F tier is F tier. Yes.
Okay.
Alright, let's just finish this.
S tier.
Alright,
let's just
this.
A tier.
Okay.
I wouldn't say S.
Here's how we're gonna do this. It's gonna be an average of everybody's ratings. For me,
plus.
Okay, so yours is an S. Sunny, what's yours?
I get A. I don't think it's the best.
Okay, for me, it's like an F or a D.
I just realized why the fuck is there a carton of water?
Okay, so
you said take the average. We
okay,
S,
yes, okay. No, hold on. That's my personal rating, right? So S is a 4. No, okay. S is a 5. A is a 4. B is a 3. C is a 2. D is a 1. F is a 0. Okay.
Okay.
So here's how we're gonna do this: 5 plus 4 plus. I'll give it a 1. 1 equals 11. No, 5 plus 1 plus 1 equals 10. 10 divided by 3 is an average of 3. C is 3 points. Wait, no, B is 3 points, so it gets a B.
Oh my god, that takes so long for one fucking water bottle.
No, it's fine. It's fine. This is.
That's like.
I've seen it before.
That's Crystal Geyser, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Crystal Geyser.
Crystal Geyser.
Crystal Geyser's like C to D in my opinion.
Okay.
Give it a C.
I give it a D. So that's.
Of course you give it the D.
1 plus 2. 4 divided by 3. That's a 1. That's a D.
Alright.
What the fuck is that?
I have no clue. Okay, can we just agree if we've never heard of it, it goes in F?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
What is that? I think that's Sprouts'
Bro,
water.
who picked like the lowest res images for this fucking tier list?
You know, just put that shit in the F tier. I don't like
Yeah,
Sprouts,
yeah. All right.
I think that's just I think that's
It looks like
sparkling water.
Okay, hear me out. All right. Sure, this might be sparkling water, but it's not made of plastic, which means it's not slowly poisoning the planet, which means it's an F tier.
Nah, but
F-
it's sparkling though, so
Oh,
I'm gonna give it
okay.
an S.
I mean, depends on the brand for me. If it's regular spark, like if it's shit sparkling, it's like a B.
Well, I'm taking this as general sparkling because I don't.
Oh, general? Oh yeah, I'd give it like an A actually.
Okay,
A is good for me.
I'm gonna give it a B. SAB averages to an A.
All right, smart water. We're not very smart.
I'd give
so...
Smart's an S tier as well for me.
What the fuck?
I like
Honestly,
no.
I drink it quite a bit.
No,
give it
I'm
F.
giving like a D.
2 S's and a D.
Yeah,
so
okay,
it's like a B.
So that's 5 plus 5
it's a B average.
plus 1. That's an 11 divided by 3. That's a B.
That's why I just said, come on, mate. A
that
carton of water.
Is that
called, like,
carton
just
of
water or
water? No, fuck all of you. I do not care what you think.
Wait,
That is
what
F.
about the new brand
That
of
is
water?
F.
The canned water that looks like a beer?
Oh,
the beer
Liquid Death.
water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Liquid Death
This?
like,
Is it this?
No, that's Boss. That's like
Boss.
S
Boss
tier
is
water right
garbage.
there. What year
Okay.
garbage?
Okay.
All right.
What is this?
F tier. I don't
What
know
is
what
that?
that
Yeah,
is.
I don't know what it is.
Oh, I know what that is. That's
like
that's pretty good water. Not
I
gonna
give
lie.
it like a B.
I give it like an A or S because that's actually pretty good tasting water.
Well, that kind of looks mid, so I'm going to put it as C, averages to a B.
Ah, disgusting.
Let's
Disgusting.
go! S tier water! S tier water!
F
tier.
F
That water
tier.
is so garbage.
Okay.
Disgusting.
Okay, 5 plus 0 plus 0 equals 5. Divided
What?
by
No.
1 is 5 S tier. Next.
5 divided by 3, Chao. Come on.
Okay, next water.
No.
Put it in
Nestle
the D
Pure
tier.
Life. Nestle
Put it in
Pure
the D
Life.
No.
What about you about Nestle Pure Life, guys?
No.
Put it in the
Put
D tier.
Okay.
in the D tier.
Personally,
Well, technically it would be C because it's 1.6.
personally,
so round
I
up
would put.
to 2.
We rounding.
Wait, we're rounding up. Are we rounding up?
We're
We're
rounding to
up. This
no.
is an
Okay,
A.
it's like 10. So if it's like 1.5 and up, it's gonna be the next number. And if
so
it's like
are we rounding? Are we
1.4,
rounding?
it's gonna be like a 1.
Fine, we're rounding. There.
Now
Okay.
put Aquafina in C tier.
Nope.
Well,
Okay, so
it's-
Nestle Pure
no,
Life.
no. We're not continuing. We're not continuing.
No.
We're not continuing.
Hijack.
We're not continuing. We're not continuing.
All plus ratio. And B
Not
young look better.
continuing.
Fell off. Cotton 4K.
So the thing about Pure Life
No.
Okay, so the thing about Pure Life.
No. Aquafina is in C tier. Come on.
Okay, so the thing about Pure Life is that it's made by Nestle, so it's got like that like deleting. Okay. So about Nestle Pure Life. So basically, it's got like that like child slave labor thing going on because it's Nestle. So I don't really feel like giving it like anything more than like an A. What do you guys think?
Aquafina literally in C tier.
Oh, in C tier? Wow, that's crazy. All right, bet I'll put it in C tier. All right, the next one is Arrowhead. What do you guys think about Arrowhead? What do you guys think about Arrowhead?
Well, Aquafina and C. Aquafina and C. No.
just we don't need that. We don't. I'm gonna assume that what you meant by that was put Arrowhead in C, and you know what? I agree. It's a pretty mid water. Now what's this? It looks like volcanic. I know it's something else. What does that say, guys?
Bro, why you putting Arrowhead in C? It's like the worst water. That's garbage. Put it F.
Oh,
Put
okay.
that shit in
So
F.
you're
Also,
voting
why is
F?
Nestle in C tier? That should be an F tier.
Bro, both of those should be an F.
Okay,
The fuck you doing?
I'll put Nestle in D, and I'll put that in F. All right, cool. So
Nah, put Aquafina in C now.
no,
C's empty.
that's not necessary.
No, that is necessary.
No,
That
it's
is
not.
necessary.
No,
Yeah, it is
it's
necessary.
not.
Yeah, it is.
Aquafina's the best. You're just coping.
No. Aquafina in C tier.
Okay, so
Aquafina in C tier.
let's.
Aquafina in C tier.
Okay, you know what?
Aquafina in C tier.
Okay, I will be willing to make a compromise. So if
There's no compromise. You're the one who wanted the average.
just okay.
You know, he does make a good point.
So
you're the one that wanted it to be the average.
Yawn. So
yawn because Aquafina should be in C tier.
Okay, so
yawn.
If S is a 5 and C is a 2, then where can we find like a middle ground here? What if we did 2.5, which rounds up to 3, which is B tier?
I don't think so.
I think it's maybe my tier list.
You know
I
what,
think
let's do this. Aquafina will be in front of every other water in C tier.
I don't know about that one, buddy. I think it's kind of it's better than every other water, and I just don't really agree. So okay, how about this? All right, just there we go. How about that? I think this is all very agreeable, and I think we can move on, and we don't have to keep arguing.
I mean, the C tier is kind of empty right now.
But there's no waters worthy of the tier, so we can.
Yeah.
I'm unmuted. Yeah, Aquafina. Why'd you move S tier? That means S tier is worse than C tier.
I mean, actually, that kind of works though if you think about it.
Yeah. So.
Actually, yeah. You know what? That's where Aquafina deserves to be.
Alright, fine. There. Okay, so now what's this green?
Wait,
water?
so that means smart water and that sparkling water is like the best.
Oh, yawn.
Do we agree on that?
I don't care. Okay, how about this? All right, you know what? Fine. I'll bite. All right.
What? No, what?
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 Fine.
Oh my god.
Do we all agree
still makes
now?
Aquafina like the fourth best and third worst.
Do we all agree now that this is the acceptable
so
disposition of things?
C now means like Kubler, and then S now
whatever.
means shit.
Sure, let's go with that.
Alright, what's this new fucking Hawaiian bottle I can see?
I don't know. It's like
I
it's
think
a
it's
leaf
Pakistan.
or
I don't
something.
know.
Okay, D for Pakistan. What do you guys think?
I don't fucking know. Sure. D nuts.
Wait, we don't know what it is, so it's F.
Yeah, what like this next one, we don't know what the fuck it is.
Boom.
I don't know what the fuck it is.
Goodbye.
Alright, S, C tier. C tier.
Alright, you know what? If you demand it to be so, anyone got any objections?
Yes. Yeah.
It's F tier.
No,
F
it's
tier?
C tier.
Okay,
Yep.
well, let's compromise. How about a D tier?
That's not compromise.
No, it
That's
is.
not a compromise.
What's between C and F? D.
S is between C and F.
Technically, I'm not wrong.
You know,
You're wrong.
I think Voss deserves to be in S tier, but in front of Aquafina.
Shit. You're treading in dangerous waters.
Which
You're
one?
dangerous.
Which one? Evian? Evian?
It should be an S tier.
I don't know about that. Maybe how about
we're
top
talking
of A
about Voss
tier?
water.
How
We're
about
talking
A
Voss
tier?
water.
Well, we don't even know what that bottle is.
I've no clue what that is.
Okay, now let's talk about Fiji water.
C tier, obviously.
That's a D tier for me.
What?
Alright, that's D tier.
Fiji's overpriced.
I don't really care. I don't really care.
Dog. Why? Well, by the way, why are we rating water? I feel like we should go back to the podcast.
Okay, no. But
we
this
won't-
is
we
the
won't-
podcast because
Dasani F tier.
that-
Dasani
now-
F tier.
now
Dasani
we-
F tier. Dasani F tier. Dasani F tier. Dasani F tier.
No, let's
Now-
actually make a C tier. Make a C tier.
now we get to talk about Dasani water, which is what this is all about.
All right, now let's talk about a guy who came on his cat. I'm talking about Shane Dawson, guys.
What?
Because he made a documentary about Dasani, as I mentioned earlier. And, that's why a certain person tweeted out, her name is Karina Kampf, okay? You know what she tweeted out, guys? Due to this documentary? You guys want to know?
Hold up, Chao is advancing.
Advancing what?
Oh
Yo, just like Karina Kampf predicted, Dasani, bitch, you're canceled. You've been canceled. So, boom. Why are you putting that in C tier?
Okay, it's finally published and it's ready.
No.
Why?
This is the Sons.
Why?
This is
Why?
This is the Sons of.
Why?
Don't worry, man. I
Bosses and Fijis should not be in D tier.
This is the official Sons of Liberty takes.
There's a bottle in
which
A
water
that we don't
is
even
better.
know what it is.
Okay, you know what? Fine. You know
There's-
what? There. Is everybody happy?
No.
Cry about it.
It's still an S tier. What?
All right, this is the official Sons of Liberty takes on water. Be sure
Alright,
to
no,
follow our
fuck this.
TikTok.
Let's go to the next fucking topic. Fuck your TikTok and shit.
Look, just because you are currently fuming out of the mouth at the fact that you lost doesn't mean that you need to subvert the democratic process. Truthfully, this is the most fair of outcomes, and I could not be happier.
This is bullshit.
Yeah, so now we get to post it in the script, and it is canon now. This is beautiful.
Canon? What are we, fucking game?
Yes,
Are we video
yes,
game?
yes.
We're canon?
Yep.
Alright. Let's talk about Bill 669, boys. Get it? Because it's funny.
That's a funny number.
669.
Aha. It's not funny, though, because you should take this bill very seriously.
Yeah, Tony, take it away.
What? This is racist.
We wrote it.
Oh, fuck.
We wrote it.
This is about abortion.
You wrote it.
This is about abortion, isn't it?
Alright. So, yo, thank you for telling our viewers, what the fuck it is before we talk about it.
Yawn.
Anyways, so Bill 669, which is, funny number, ha ha ha. Also, close to the number of Satan, which this bill basically is. Fuck you, is putting the image in. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. I can't read what I wrote.
No, that's not entirely important. Just read. Alright, just read.
I feel like you're gonna fucking pay. Alright, I'm gonna start. Alright, so Bill 669 is a bill from the senator of, I believe, Maryland, Senator Smith, and basically about abortion. And one of the things in the bill is that during any time of the pregnancy, like right before she's gonna like fucking give birth, she can abort it if it has either birth defect or if it's endangering her, like she's gonna die. Another thing about this bill is that the law or the government can not do anything to the mother if the child is killed. Let me quote it directly here. Experience a miscarriage, parental death related to failure to act, or stillbirth. Now you must be wondering, what is a parental death? Is basically the child dying moments before the birth or moments after the birth. Which, like in this case, which is failure to act, is basically the mother not feeding nor putting clothes on the child's body. So they would either die to being cold or dying of hunger. And the law legally can't do anything to her if this bill is passed, which is very fucked up.
Bruh.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
This isn't even, really the abortion argument anymore. This is,
It's an actual life.
Yeah, there is no gray area. This is literally just baby slaughter. What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like at this point, if the baby's out of the womb, just give it up for adoption. There's nothing wrong in that, right?
Do anything but fucking kill it. Or,
why is that the alternative?
Dies, right?
Why is that the alternative to adoption? Murder.
And then we can't do anything about it. It's not even charged as murder. It's just like, okay, well.
This is just, it's just fucking
Remember,
ridiculous.
it's within a 28-day thing, right? It's not even a day. No, it's a 28 days.
First month.
After the birth.
Okay.
Basically.
If you kill someone, right, what happens? If you kill a human being in every situation except for this one, or no, not every situation. Okay, not every situation. Most situations, except for this one and a couple others, what happens?
You get consequences.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yes. You have to go to trial. You might be found guilty. If you are found guilty, you're definitely serving prison time. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Depending on which state you are, depending on the, how your country feels about state-sponsored murder, right? You might be killed for it, right? Life for a life kind of deal, right? Death penalty. But any way you spin it, there are serious life-altering and possibly life-ending consequences because murder is the ultimate offense. Taking someone else's life. This is not even just infringing on somebody's rights, but it's taking them away. It's taking their life away. That is the ultimate act, and it comes with the ultimate cost, as it should. A functioning society requires people to have a strong deterrence against fucking killing each other. But
exactly.
When it's a less than 1 month old baby, I guess it's fine. Whatever, right? And the sad thing is, and this whole thing is sad, but it really just does come down to, most of the time when this bill would be enacted, I'm not even sure if it would be malice. It would just be pure neglectfulness. How is that okay? Like, the malice shouldn't be okay either, but, like, seriously, how is this okay? How can anyone seriously look at this bill and say, this is fine. It's fine. Baby's dying. Who the fuck cares? They're a parasite. To think that for the longest time, we have had such a superiority complex in the West. Partially deserved. I'd say mostly deserved. Because we have modern medicine and society and technology that stops children from dying this early. And now, we've come full circle. And now we're using that same technology to kill. I'm at a loss for words. A lot of people have a problem with libertarians who are pro-life. They say, why don't you leave the choice up to women to decide for themselves? And it's not like I don't understand the argument. I somewhat empathize with it. But the other side is, as a libertarian, not an anarcho-capitalist, that's like NAP, and that goes a little farther into the grayness of it all, right? I'm talking about a regular U.S. libertarian. You believe that the state should have a monopoly on violence because, on some degree, you recognize that that kind of responsibility could only realistically be handled by groups of people, not individuals. If the government has a purpose, its only purpose should be to protect your rights. Probably by force most of the time. And the natural side effect of that is that because you would be a libertarian in this hypothetical situation, you would understand that murder is never okay unless it is in self-defense. I can't believe I have to say this. This is like humaning 101. But apparently, we have people writing bills right now that are going against that principle and using the defense that it's their choice to fucking kill. Maybe if you don't want to call it a person, fine, but what will eventually be a person. Whatever. I've ranted enough. We can move on.
I mean, I'll say one more thing. I mean, what makes this bill even worse is that you can legit abort your child a day before the birth if it has a birth defect, which brings in the talks of, in the future, I would think, eugenics. Because they would be, oh, well, being this color is a fucking the birth defect. Being, like, let's say you have a white mom who's like a Nazi, like has a Nazi father who dated like a black person or a Jewish person, had a baby, the father would be like, okay, kill it because it's a birth defect. Or like you think about you're murdering a child just because they're a certain way, because they're sorry YouTube, just because they have Down syndrome. Okay, so what? Yes, it's a difficult for you, but there's things out there that can help you and help your child develop. KYKA, what's your stance on this?
Well, I mean, at this point, you're basically just saying, I want to kill my child for an immutable characteristic that they have no control over. That's really fucked up, and that's basically what we had in Jim Crow slavery. So, or Jim Crow era times, and slavery.
And I mean, not to mention the fact that, if this was instated, and my parents were horrible people, which, can I just say, they're not, they're awesome, but, seriously, do you think that people like me would be on the chopping block? Because of my autism, because of my, because I was born with this. Technically, I guess you would call it a birth defect. Maybe you wouldn't know until it's too late. But I guess with this bill, it's never too late. Or, at the very least, until the end of the month. It's... And to give the devil his due. I get it. Kind of. The argument for, aborting a child if you know they're going to have birth defects, that they are not going to live a life to their fullest, or probably even close, because, depending on the severity of the birth defect, it can genuinely lead to a life of nothing but suffering. But... And this is virtue ethics, fair enough. Maybe that's outdated, but there is something to say to don't kill babies, even if they have birth defects, even if they will live lives that you do not believe are worth living. That does not give you an excuse to take life. The fact that you're even going for an excuse to take life is telling of your character, of its own. But besides that, I get it, partially, but at the same time, I just completely disagree. And it's kind of disgusting. That's my take anyway. Anytime we talk about stuff like this, it always gets super heavy, and I don't want it to be like that, because while we do have, real messages to talk about on this channel, a lot of shit's going on right now, and, we're not trying to make you, we're not trying to make you angry or upset or anything like that. We're not trying to, spark the flames of the culture war. Ultimately, we're just here to have fun. We're here to say the things that we were never allowed to say when we were kids. But, doesn't mean we've got to make it much harder for all of you watching us. But, that being said, this was important to talk about, and we will continue to talk about things like this for as long as pro-choice movements exist, which... it's probably going to be a while.
Yep.
Yep.
So, with that, let's hopefully move on to a little bit of a lighter topic, which is
mask mandate lifted for transportation and airplane.
Literally just read the title on this script. GG.
I wrote it, so I think I would know.
Fair enough. Yeah, so years later, the mask mandate is finally gone for transportations and airplanes.
Like, let's be real.
Woo!
I'm pretty sure everyone's over COVID at this point. So,
yeah.
A little too late for that, you know.
And of course, COVID isn't over, right? But
we can't just live with it now.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. We should have been doing this from day one, honestly. I mean,
there's more fatality from day one, though.
Maybe, but I kind of have a really hard time believing that all of this lockdown and all of this panic for the past 2 years, that we've been, confining ourselves inside, really did all that much. It maybe gave hospitals a chance to react, and, it maybe gave people who were going to be completely reckless a new perspective, but it also gave us a new wave of government tyranny, kind of like what happened in Iraq. Iran. It gave the government a new overreach on a new brand of progressivism. It allowed our leaders to become tyrants, the tyrants they were always waiting to be. And, the US isn't this bad, but Canada is, certainly. It's given them an excuse to stifle protest. I mean, we already talked about the truckers, right? Like, last episode or something? Well, update on that. Bank accounts are getting frozen, baby. It's a dark, dark world. All they were doing were protesting in their trucks. They were honking a little bit. People started fuming. And then Canadian government was like, so what if you stopped? And they were like, don't think I will, eh? And then the government was like, okay, cool. So fuck you. We will ruin your life. You are now incapable of making any economic actions with your bank accounts as they have been frozen. This is on you. You protesters peacefully honking your horns in your trucks. You deserve this. I think I kind of lost where I was going with this. Mask mandate is finally lifted. Taking us a while. That's kind of it.
Yeah, I mean, is this even a controversial issue anymore?
I'm kind of thinking that, if the mask mandate is being lifted, then the general consensus among the center left is it's finally over. You can stop. Which, of course, they're probably going to reinstate it in a couple of months because COVID never ends as long as these tyrants are in power. But that's besides the point. We'll be here when it happens, as always. But now, I want to talk to you all about someone who... And I have the list, by the way.
The other list.
Somebody who you could even say fell off. Plus
L plus ratio.
L plus ratio. Plus who asked. Plus no you. Plus thread muted. Plus D's. Plus don't care. Plus didn't ask. Plus caught in 4K. Plus GG. What was all that build up to? Not much. Fuck, I don't know how to pronounce his name. KYKA, do the thing.
Juicy Smollier.
Yes. He He staged a hate crime. Let's talk about it.
Do you want me to talk about it? Or
Yeah. You do it.
All right. So I think if this was in Brooklyn, New York, because definitely New York.
Yeah.
Supposedly, Juicy Smollett was walking around the streets, or was this Chicago? Can't remember. It doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. He's walking around the streets, and he's an Empire actor, which is like one of the bigger shows on TV. And also he's gay, and also he's black. So intersectionality basically means he is the most oppressed person, even though he probably holds a lot of power. Let's be fair. I mean, he is a TV star.
Yeah.
So he's just walking down the street, and supposedly 2 white MAGA-loving individuals come up to him and say, like, "Hey, F-word, are you the guy from Empire or whatever?" And he's like, "Yeah, what it does to you?" And they're like, "This is MAGA country, bitch." And they beat him up and put a noose around his neck. And Juicy comes home, and he's like crying all over the place. And then his friend's like, "Why don't you call the police?" And he's like, "Oh, you know how black people are scared of the police." And, he's like, "What? That doesn't make much sense." And then the police come, and they're like, "So why do you still have the noose around your neck if the attack happened a while ago?" And Juicy was like, "Man, it's because I want to show you guys how serious this attack was." And they're like, "Man, you could have just told us and we would have believed you." And then it was found out that these 2 white MAGA-loving people were actually black people that are really jacked up, hired by Juicy Smollett to beat him up. Because he wants attention, because, he's a whore. And he was convicted of staging a hate crime. And he was sentenced to, I think it was 6 months in jail.
Yeah, I want to mention this happened like 3 years ago, but
Yeah,
the trial was recent.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so well, like, come on, what are you doing? He staged a hate crime to, like, make it look like, the Trumpians, they're just crazy, evil racists, like, what all the Dems have been saying for, all this time. And the thing about that is you've just fucked up, right? As soon as you've put that plan in motion, your entire cause is now completely weightless. And the reason why it's weightless is because eventually people are going to find out that it was staged. You are not holding this secret forever. It's just not happening, right? Well, okay, maybe, but probably not. It certainly didn't happen this time. And then as soon as it comes out that it was staged and that it was a publicity stunt, in the words of Joey Salads, another great man who fell off, plus ratio, what he would say is a social experiment. As soon as you reveal that, your entire cause, it evaporates into nothing, because you basically proved that the only example that you could come up with that was relevant enough for you to bring it up, and that happened to you, and that was, your lived experience, it was fake. So now it makes it seem like Trump supporters are actually victims of a character assassination by the broader left. Because they are. That's what this was.
Literally, actually.
This was his attempt to both gain clout for himself, but also to slander the broader Trump-loving right, Republicans. And because it was fake, it completely backfired and worked in Republicans' favor. Because, think about it. They weren't Republicans. Or, I mean, I don't know what the political affiliation of the 2 guys who carried out the actual hate crime were, but I'm pretty sure they weren't actually Republicans. I'm pretty sure they were just, either generally center-left or unaligned or whatever. I don't know, maybe they were hardcore leftists, who knows. But that's kind of irrelevant. The point is, it was fake. And so, the argument like a building held on scaffolding. Once the scaffolding crumbles, so does all of the concrete. So does all of the rebar. And it just crumbles. It just absolutely crumbles, and there's nothing left. This is the modern state of the racism argument in 2020 onward. It's been like this for a little while, but I'd say specifically post 2 week in current COVID lockdown, we've seen many attempts to paint Republicans as evil, fascist, alt-right, Nazi, whatever, right? And for one of the first times ever, we're getting actual proof that they're just completely full of it, and it's mostly not true. Frankly, I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be happier that it was proven fake. And that this guy, still can't pronounce his fucking name, Juicy Smollett, I'm just gonna go with that. He looks like a complete clown. He's going to jail. And at the end of the day, it didn't work. Because of course they found out it was fake. It was inevitable once the police got involved. And, of course, and this is a little side detail that KYKA forgot to include, he actually tried to put roadblocks in the way of police investigation because he knew that as soon as the police got involved, they were going to be like, this doesn't sound right. And then they'd investigate further and then they'd realize, oh my god, it's faked.
Right. I believe the police, they asked for his phone and Juicy was like, nah.
Like, I don't know. I get that you don't want the government looking for your phone, but first of all, they probably already do, and secondly, I mean, if you were just attacked, I feel like that'd be step one. I don't know. Or no, not step one. Step one would be getting out of the area and getting, treatment and help and security. But it'd be on the list, for sure.
I mean, maybe he was scared that the government was going to go through his gay black porn. Who knows?
Hey, I mean, it's not they don't have enough of that on file anyways.
True. I mean, it was pretty obvious this was fake from the beginning, but you know what? Like, who says MAGA country?
Right?
Unironically. No one does.
No.
That was the most stupid thing I've ever heard. But you know what? The media believed it, and now they're like, oh no, not again, we're being ass fucked.
And of course, the whole thing about, MAGA country, like MAGA as an identity, part of it is true, but I think that it's mostly fabricated. I feel like actual Trump supporters would, sort of brand themselves as being, Trump supporters in the name. Use the name Trump because it is itself a meme. Or just general Republicans. They wouldn't call themselves Magians. Or MAGA countrymen or something like that. That sounds fake. Because it is fake.
Yeah, no one says that. Like, that's...
Come on.
But you know what? The media bought into it because, oh my god, evil white Trump supporter did something bad to really famous LGBTQ black person. So, there's that.
Yeah.
You guys done?
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah. Alright, speaking of evil Trump supporters, guess who unretired recently?
Huh?
Tom Brady unretired. And we all know he's known, well, not really, he's known for being a winner.
Okay, well, that's all the time that we have for today. I'm pretty sure, yeah, we got like an hour and a half on the recording. So, yeah, this has been...
KYKA.
Nope.
I'm KYKA and I play Destiny 2 for a living.
And I'm King Chao. Season 2 is never coming out. Ever. Same with Chao Chat. Never. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye. Nope. Bye.
You worry about leaving a better planet for our kids. How about leaving better kids for our planet? Entire generation offended at everything. Getting mad that a human thinks all lives matter. We don't need black or white or left or right. What we need is common sense. We need balance. We're all all in the same boat. Why you trying to make holes? If they sink, we sink. This is madness.